As a young black man, I have an obligation to my race of people, not to no other race or no other nationality, just to black people.
And you have always hated us. We have loved you consistently for 400 years. We prayed to that white Jesus, and we saluted your flag, and we died in your militaries, and you beat us like dogs.
Born in Paris, Kentucky on March 4th, 1877, Garrett Augustus Morgan was the seventh of 11 children. His mother, Elizabeth Reed, was of Indian and African descent and the daughter of a Baptist minister. His father, Sidney, a former enslaved man freed in 1863, was the son of John Hunt Morgan. Morgan spent most of his teenage years working as a handyman for a Cincinnati landowner. Like many African-American children growing up at the turn of the century, he had to quit school at a young age to work full-time. Morgan hired a tutor and continued his studies while working in Cincinnati. In 1895, he moved to Cleveland, where he began repairing sewing machines for a clothing manufacturer. This experience sparked Morgan's interest in how things worked, and he built a reputation for fixing them. His first invention, made during this period, was a belt fastener for sewing machines. Morgan also invented a zigzag attachment for sewing machines. In 1907, Morgan opened a sewing machine shop. 1 year later, more conscious of his heritage, he helped start the Cleveland Association of Colored Men in 1908. 1 year later after that, he and his wife Mary Ann opened Morgan's Cut Rate Ladies Clothing Store. The shop made coats, suits, dresses, and other clothing, and ultimately had 32 employees. He received his first patent in 1912. In 1913, he incorporated hair care products into his growing list of patents and launched the G.A. Morgan Hair Refining Company, which sold hair care products, including his patented hair straightening cream, hair coloring, and a hair straightening comb invented by Morgan. He received a patent for his smoke hood design in 1914, also known as a breathing device. That same year, he launched the National Safety Device Company. Morgan worked hard to market the device, especially to fire departments, often personally demonstrating its reliability in fires. Morgan's breathing device became the prototype and precursor for the gas mask used during World War I, protecting soldiers from toxic gas used in warfare. The invention earned him the first prize at the Second International Exposition of Safety and Sanitation in New York City. A tragic accident in 1916 proved to be another opportunity for Morgan. That year, the city of Cleveland was drilling a new tunnel under Lake Erie for a freshwater supply. Workers hit a pocket of natural gas, which resulted in a huge explosion and trapped workers underground amid suffocating noxious fumes and dust. When Morgan heard about the explosion, he and his brother put on breathing devices and made their way into the tunnel as quickly as possible. The brothers managed to save 2 lives and recover 4 bodies before the rescue effort was shut down. Then, in 1923, he created a new kind of traffic signal after witnessing a horrible crash at an intersection. His manually operated design included moving arms featuring signals for go and stop. Morgan quickly acquired patents for his traffic signal, a rudimentary version of the modern 3-way traffic light in the United States, Britain, and Canada, but eventually he sold the rights to General Electric for $40,000. Later in his life, he developed glaucoma, and by 1943, he was functionally blind, but continued to work on his inventions. One of his last was a self-extinguishing cigarette, which used a small plastic pellet filled with water placed just before the filter. Just before his death, Morgan was honored by the United States government for his traffic signal invention. He died on July 27, 1963, at the age of 86, and was buried at the Lakeview Cemetery in Cleveland, Ohio. This is the story of a Black inventor, businessman, and community leader, Garrett Morgan.